EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You talk about this Miami defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they got to move up. In order to do that, they got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
It appears they'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to have the Bills first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. The Bills at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. On play action, Allen. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
2nd and 6 from the 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's 3rd and 7. Allen going to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him. On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Here's Achane to start the drive. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. Off play action. Walton. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Walton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. Called out a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. But you look at this defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in the hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
A give left side. Here's Achane. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Right back to Achane on second down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Walton. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be fourth down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Dolphins nothing. Now a 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Picked a good spot there to dial the blitz up the middle.
Yeah, and it's hard to really figure out where guys are going to come from when you're facing a 3-4 because they can come from the left, the right, and just as you noted, up the middle. When you got those linebackers who are kind of hybrid guys that can rush the pass or all drop in coverage, hard for an offense to figure out where the pressure is going to come from.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
On first down, back to Achane. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 22 and a first down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually. But over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turned it into a short gain.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Achane on the counter. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll run, Achane. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Waddle, the motion man right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Forced out to his left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Bills send the punter out, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Right back to Achane on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down. Walton. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And now here's a carry heading left. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bills have retaken a third-quarter lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
91 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
3rd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting through.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, This is a different game, but as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Slot man moves right. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. They'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Walton. Jalen Waddle. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On first down, it's Yates. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
First target, first catch, and a first down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. A run straight ahead with Achane. 120 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down. It's Yates, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This take it in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
56, half 85.
To throw, it's Allen. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On play action, Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in the tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Running left, Achane. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Achane gets it from the gun. Taken down at the 42.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now a handoff up the middle. Yates. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. 58 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground, pushing through the contact. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A big play looming on 3rd down. Now Allen. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This is 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Walton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle and friendly partner. It's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Walton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Allen. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Allen. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their 3rd down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's their sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd down. Allen hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Walton. And going deep for Hill. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
It only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Bills going to be the first to get it as we are back underway here in overtime. Fair catch called for and taken, so the ball brought up to the 25 to begin this overtime session. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as our teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bears first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
First throw of overtime for Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. On for a very important punt here in overtime. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He continues to be dominant running the football. I mean, keep feeding him, right?
Yeah, you should, because what he's put up already is really like a two-game total. Give him a lot of credit, but give the rest of the offense credit as well. The big guys up front and the receivers on the perimeter, everyone's getting involved blocking people downfield.
They'll run on first down. It's Yates, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Walton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime.
At their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in a tie.
Yeah, that clock putting a little extra pressure on them, right? So now, as you look at the playbook, what are you breaking out? Is there something you haven't used before? Just,
and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Man, what a battle. I mean, what a game this has turned out to be, Charles, as we're going to have now a 5th drive here in overtime.
I don't know how they're doing it out there because the focus, the concentration, that has to stay as high as the intensity, and it's hard to do with how hard-hitting this game has been. But at this point, you got kicking in your background. Can you go down there and put one through the post so we can all go home?
I don't think they want me down there, but of course we've said it multiple times. That's all it takes right now. 3 to win it. Whistles come in and a timeout. Just 8 seconds left in OT.
now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
This 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him to just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Now Allen. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around. So that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us. We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah.
MEH, man. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis.